today. I'm troubled. I found a few scriptures that troubled me today. 1 Samuel chapter 17. We are going to prosecute these scriptures until there is a note of victory. There is a note of victory. 1 Samuel 17 verse 2, the Bible says, and Saul and the men of Israel were gathered together and pitched in the valley of Elah, and set the battle in array against the Philistines. And the Philistines stood on a mountain on one side, and Israel stood on a mountain on the other side, and there was a valley between them. And there went out a champion out of the camp of the Philistines, named Goliath of Gath, whose height was 6 cubits and a span. So this army stood on this mountainside. Sorry, I've broken protocol. My landlord. Oh my God, he's my comrade. You know, God has men. There are still good men on the earth. I found one in Chicago. Please, you are highly respected and most welcome to this place. Now, so the two camps were on the mountaintop, and the battleground was the valley. Then suddenly, a strong man showed up. Do you realize that when the strong man showed up and began to curse Israel, curse her king, curse her God, Israel fled from before the face of battle? That's not all about the strong man. I'm going to show you a few things. Today we want to bring Goliath of Gath down. Goliath of Gath must fall. Now I understand why God allowed some of us to grow in the suburban areas, so that we will have an understanding of the texture of the back end of life. Many fled to America, and the power of the strong man still held them bound. Right in Rochester, bound. Goliath of Gath. I don't know how many of us still remember the story I told about my family, the misfortune that takes place at the age of 21. When we began to push in prayers, Goliath came down. Since we have had peace, there are several circumstances where if you win in this battle, the actual strong man dies, because he is one with the affliction. So he has bound his soul to the affliction. How many of you have read the book of Acts, where a few people came up and bound themselves with an oath? So some dimensions of witchcraft, the strong man binds himself, his soul, with the oath of your destruction. So in those cases, when you win the battle, the strong man is cut off. And it's not as if we stop becoming loving men and women. It's just because of the way the program was written. It was written in such a way that it captured the soul of the man. Goliath of Gath, he will continue to boast in the valley. And he has a lot to boast about. Can you see his height? Is what? How many cubits? 6 cubits. If you calculate it in modern parlances, it amounts to 9 feet tall. So I hope you know that when Saul was chosen to be king, he was the giant of Israel. Because the Bible says that everybody in Israel, he was a head above everybody in Israel. So Saul was the one that was supposed, but in the face of Goliath, Saul was a dwarf. Goliath must come down. I know those days, the old prophets told us that we wrestle not against flesh and blood. All our battles are spiritual. That's not true. I found otherwise in the Bible. You know, that's why I said I don't believe your religion. I believe the Bible. There are a few things that God said we need to do to the strong man. First of all, we need to overcome him. The strong man is not strong because he's 6 foot tall, 9 foot tall. The strong man is strong because he knows the way of a spirit being. It is the advantage that he gets because of supernatural assistance that makes him have the capacity to hold sway in the politics, in the dynamics of your life. Goliath, he must come down. And normally when Goliath comes down, the implication is that there is a drastic change in your life. I know most of you have lost taste of how freedom feels. You will have cause to smile again. We're going to take a moment and we are coming against Goliath. You know, we have not finished defining who a strong man is. So in one of the definitions, it is actually a spirit being. So there's a spirit layer to the terminology strong man. There's also a human layer to it. And I will show you both in the Bible. Exactly. Now I want to take a moment. Goliath was a physical human being. But what made him powerful, if you check the time he was contending with David in battle, you will know that his strength was not in his biceps, his strength was not in his shield, his strength was not in the sword that he wielded. His strength was in the fact that he was in acquaintance with the spirit entity. And when he was going against David, he didn't go against David with the power of his sword or the power of his shield, but he went against David and cursed David in the name of his God. That's a strong man. Now, most of you in this place, you've not gone close to God enough to know when God points his finger. You don't know that because you've not gone close enough. You've not gone close to God enough for you to know that he is standing. You can't discern the mood in which God is. And that's why you are not fitted into him like hand and glove. You are not fitted into him like an extension of God. You are not one with him because you have not pressed enough in the journeys of intimacy to understand how he walks. And this knowledge I'm talking about is experiential. It's not theological. It's not psychological. It's experiential. Goliath knew the spirit that he was working with enough to curse people in his name. Can we take a moment, just in case there's a Goliath, an entity that you cannot ignore because he's too tall, he's too bogus, an entity that you cannot ignore because even if you try to ignore him, he has spiritual advantage. An entity that you cannot ignore because he knows how to collocate spiritual forces of wickedness in your direction to subdue you. You can't ignore him. So even if you are 6'7", if Goliath comes and you see how tall he is, you need to pay attention. Can we take a moment and demand that Goliath must fall tonight? Goliath. And you know the specific areas that Goliath has plundered you. You know the specific areas that Goliath has tormented you. Can you cry to him and say, Lord, tonight tonight. Kasore kamanta libokoria. Sheminato kosketa bresko fande mamala kunde bazame.